Celonis Object-Centric Data Model or OCDM is a single, unified digital twin of your entire business, reflecting the processes behind it all. The model represents all interconnected business objects and events taking part in your processes. It is defined using a common business language, making it business user-friendly and system-agnostic. Every use case for process mining is enabled from this single, reusable model, making it time-efficient and endlessly scalable. This reduces time to deploy and maintain the model significantly, by about 70% compared to case-centric models, and helps you get to greater value faster. Let's take a look. Let's assume the role of James, a data engineer, who logs into his objects and events modeler in Celonis. Here, James can see the OCDM, with each square on the screen representing one object, and the lines in between their relationships. In this demo today we'll see how James easily models and extends the reusable objects and events, creates relationships between them, uses predefined transformations to activate the model with data, and delights his business stakeholders with powerful new insights achievable faster than ever before. Let's see it in action. To begin, Celonis provides James with an accelerator in the form of predefined knowledge from 10+ years of experience in process mining. These are the most common objects and events found in every business across the core processes: order management, accounts receivable, procurement, accounts payable, and inventory management. From here, James can activate the existing content with pre-built transformations for SAP and Oracle, or he can write his own transformations to include other systems. Let's see the order-to-cash perspective of the model. In OCDM, objects are modeled once with a common business definition understood by all and reused over and over. For example, a sales order is modeled once and used for both the O2C and AR process perspectives. Here James can see the sales order object and all of the processes it belongs to in the right side panel. Below, James sees all of the events the sales order object takes part in. Remember some of these familiar activities like creating quotations and removing delivery blocks? Now they are events. OCDM mimics reality, allowing multiple objects to take part in one event. For example, creation of quotation affects both quotations and SOS as it would in reality. Previously, James would need to create one event logs per object and connect them to reflect this reality, making it highly complex and time-consuming. Let's now give this object some property definition and relate them with each other. For those experienced with traditional process mining, think of properties as columns and relationships as joins. Each property is defined in a common language that overcomes technical jargon. All of this comes out of the box, saving James significant time and effort. Now, imagine that James gets a requirement from the business to track a new date on which the SO gets approved by the department. This is very simple with the OCDM without any need to remodel an existing event log with lines of code. One click, add a name, and it's done. After creating this property, Celonis gives James a tip that he needs to add a new object to store information of the approving department. Imagine this as adding a new case to your model without any coding at all. James creates the department object, tags it to the order-to-cash process, and adds 3 custom properties: name, manager, and headcount. All that is left now is to relate the department back to your sales orders. James simply names the relationship, defines cardinality and the target object, and he's done. In a matter of minutes, we have iterated the current order-to-cash process by customizing the existing sales order object and creating the custom department object. In just the same way, you can extend your events as well and relate them back to your objects. This is a radically simpler and faster approach to meeting business requirements with very little effort. Finally, let's check out perspectives, which helps create endless permutations to enable powerful new use cases for James's consumers, the business users. You can decide the scope of your projection by each process and include all objects and the events that take part. Keep in mind that the O and E's are defined once and shared across the projections. This is one of the key differentiating points of OCPM. We are modeling a highly connected world that will enable multiple perspectives of analysis and insights for analysts and operational business users. So, let's recap. We just saw how OCDM enables a system-agnostic representation of a business, unlike traditional process mining that typically allowed the SAP or Oracle system view of the process. Modeling and connecting data to the OCDM is much more efficient than the traditional approach, requiring fewer lines of code. A big chunk of this comes as pre-built knowledge. The objects and events can then be reused to power various use cases across the platform. This is a tremendous value add for the development of apps on top of Celonis, standardizing and accelerating the way our customers and partners generate value. Let's now explore how this unified OCDM can power various business applications, starting with an end-to-end analysis of connected processes using Process Sphere. The AR analyst Lisa has been recently informed of issues with an unexpectedly long DSO rate, holding back cash in the process. She observes that it's trending upwards with a significant amount of value opportunity at stake. Lisa takes up the task of investigating her end-to-end cash conversion cycle, and all the processes involved to narrow down on the most impactful value opportunities. Powered by our object-centric core, Process Sphere reveals an end-to-end subway map of the business, providing a holistic view of the entire business process landscape. In this case, revealing the flow of events across the supply chain and finance processes that represent the cash conversion cycle of her business. Lisa focuses on her AR process first and sees everything from the creation to the clearing of the invoice. She can immediately see that, in over 700,000 cases, the invoice is cleared after the due date has passed. Celonis also tells her that the average time for clearing invoices is 39 days. This confirms her suspicion that there are many cases of late payments. To dive deeper into this, she uses Process Sphere to filter on invoices paid more than 39 days late, which is a concerning delay for the team. Lisa can right away see that there are a lot of disputes initiated in these cases. What else can Lisa learn about these disputes? Remember the object properties James created? Now, Lisa can use them to hone in on process inefficiencies with a simple filter. From her background in operations, Lisa knows specific materials often experience disputes disproportionately. She sees that these delays are most common with sales of scooters, so she decides to exclusively look at these cases. As Process Sphere is powered by object-centric process mining, Lisa can easily add objects such as delivery items that the invoices are connected to. This level of interconnectivity between objects was not possible previously. To understand why these disputes are occurring, Lisa adds the delivery items to the view. With Process Sphere, she is able to see the intersection between the invoice objects in the accounts receivable process and the delivery objects. This will help her find a root cause quickly. By looking at the attributes of the delivery items for the scooters, Lisa can see that there is a discrepancy between the quantity of scooters delivered and the quantity invoiced. She can now trace back the root cause of the dispute surrounding customers being invoiced for a higher quantity than what they ordered, from the end-to-end view within Process Sphere. The team can now use Celonis to automatically assign the right quantity to invoices, preventing this issue going forward. Process Sphere has given the analyst and team unprecedented clarity into cross-process delays that have been impacting their ability to collect cash on time. These insights can be applied to quickly improve their top-line free cash flow metrics as well as customer satisfaction. For the first time, teams can see where the root causes lie within and between connected end-to-end processes. Thanks to the cross-department visibility Process Sphere brings, the teams involved can orchestrate actions between the order management and finance departments to improve their collection process. With collections in good hands, Lisa turns her attention to the full supply chain to address some of the complex operational challenges with the E2E lead times app, and reaches out to the lean manager, Emily, for support. Here is now another powerful application that the OCDM enables. Most supply chain processes are decoupled by nature, and as such, analyzing end-to-end lead times is very difficult to achieve with existing technologies. For example, if it takes 30 days to create a car engine but deliveries need to be made within 7 days of an order, a material planner has to keep inventory on hand to meet those orders. As a result, there are multiple processes involved in providing a finished good to a customer. Perhaps a customer placed an order when there wasn't sufficient material on hand, or a finished good was created well before any customer orders came in. In other words, these decoupled processes cannot be linked by mapping single cases, like purchase orders or production orders, which is how we visualize processes using traditional process mining. But with object-centric process mining, we have broken that barrier and created a data model that follows and connects objects, not single cases, one of the many powerful use cases activated by OCDM. Let's jump into the role of Emily, a lean manager, who uses the Celonis end-to-end lead time app to identify and reduce excess inventory throughout the entire value chain. She sorts materials by excess stock and identifies that the finished good, car engine, has the highest excess stock. She selects this material as it has the highest potential for working capital optimization. Celonis shows us the sourcing and distribution network of this finished good, every path taken to supply the raw materials required to produce the finished good and make it available for distribution. Celonis shows the end-to-end lead time of each path and the excess inventory within each path. Emily sorts by highest excess stock and selects the stream at the top of the list, as this is the path that has the highest excess inventory. In the path profile view, Emily can evaluate the different inefficiencies within the procurement, production, inventory, and distribution value streams. In the excess stock tab, we can see all the materials in this stream with excess stock. Emily sees that the minimum days of cover is significantly higher than the replenishment lead time. This tells her that the safety stock levels may be overstated. Emily creates a task for the material planner to evaluate if the safety stocks can be lowered, based on the replenishment lead time insights she's seeing. Lowering safety stock levels to reflect the latest consumption and replenishment trends will help prevent excess inventory within this critical value stream and free up working capital. Emily also creates a review task for the procurement team to cancel any in-flight purchases for the materials in excess. Now let's recap what we just saw. Thanks to object-centric process mining, we were able to provide a true view of this material's end-to-end lead time, a view that would have been almost impossible to achieve with traditional process mining. With just a few clicks, Emily was able to identify and act on hidden value opportunities within her end-to-end supply chain to reduce excess inventory. Finally, let's recap all that we have just seen. James, the data engineer, dove deep into the new object and events factory, which makes it easier than ever to define the elements of a business process in a single model that is reusable and recognizable to a variety of stakeholders. From this single model, every use case for process mining is enabled across the platform in an efficient and scalable manner, saving significant time to deployment and getting to value much faster than ever before. Lisa, a finance stakeholder, was then able to use the powerful Process Sphere application alone to identify a delivery-related root cause that was impacting her collections efforts, and was able to create a solution that improves the cash conversion cycle. And finally, Emily, a supply chain stakeholder, was able to orchestrate a solution to her inventory problem across the numerous value streams that contribute to suboptimal stock levels. All of this, and more, is only possible with the speed we are able to make it happen with OCDM. I am excited to see what additional use cases we can achieve with this breakthrough technical development. Thank you.